So like core is when it's like a smaller area, high population, and wide is like
See, once they've got whole cities with one type.
Well, I mean, because like there's like districts and subdistricts.
No, I'm so struggled to get to grips with that so far.
Yeah, it took a while. So I just feel them like, oh yeah, I want to have an encampment in this one, even though it's pretty absolutely no use to me.
What's this?
Have you ever played Civilization?
Oh no. Played Age of Empires.
So the guy who built this is like character.
Oh, is he?
You can build like windows as well, so you can build this.
Oh, mad.
Even though you can play as like George Washington.
Bro, there's a game called like Hearts of Iron that Josh plays, and in that you can skew history so that like New Zealand becomes a fascist like Nazi state.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Hearts of Iron's funny. You can start as like any country.
Yeah.
And then just like it's all about just making like political lies then like controlling your military. But it's like AI generates all the news stories and shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is. I'm suing the architect. Yeah, literally. Did Lee say that we had to wear long trousers?
Yeah, it says on the ticket.
Oh.
And everywhere on the website and everywhere online.
Looks like. Oh, I don't know. Well, they do need to be controlled more heavily. Everything you say is on footage, bro.
Well, that's keep them regulated. Can't have them showing their knees and charlatanisation.
Mate, I love a bit of ankle.
Not posing. Yeah. Posing pictures are good, but I think it's better.
I will give you my number. Yeah. Okay.
Ai con thì sinh màu nó thấy ta cứ sao nó lấy màu
ơi
quan bì rồi
chà nâng phần nâng đây ta
He said to go right first,
Alright.
and then round the edge and then back through the middle.
Okay. Smells quite heavily of urine. These fucking trousers keep falling down.
Anymore.
Right.
If they learn about that skill, they come out with the people right now, they need to call in for your house. They need to call them. They need to do that. Today, straight pain.
Pretty cool. I bet it's like 1,000 years old.
Oh yeah, easily. Probably longer.
When was this? Is this 10th century?
12th. I think that's when, I think it might have been when it was like completed, was the 12th century.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Or is it not 900? 900?
Yeah, it might be.
A lot of years.
And 4 priests. Why he was on the top?
And below here is showing about the activity of the queen. She was the queen here. No, she was looking at the mirror. And you can see make up the beautiful enough for the mirror. And she is receiving an offering.
There's a full temple in there as well.
Where?
Just through the trees there.
Charlie in the trees!
Things on top that you sit on.
Mate, imagine you just sat there and a fucking like 20 elephants are just charging towards you. You'd be like, shit.
There used to be loads of them.
You know, they've all been killed off.
Sanctuaries. Now I think
Right.
Used to send man back to like quite really for much rafting and get on the trees. So rotates the wall. Horses can horses have to just go on. See that.
I wonder if this is original construction.
yeah, they don't need that.
Is it up there?
I think they should put it down there and leave that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Go with what Lee says. Lee knows the way.
This is the way.
Mate,
What?
My ice is restricting my water intake.
Oh, that's why you drank it too much, bro. You gotta wait. The water will melt the ice, but now you have no water, so the ice won't melt.
My palm will melt the ice.
No, it won't, because it's not touching it properly. The water's touching the ice on all angles, so now my ice is fully gone.
My entire bottle.
My entire bottle was frozen, bro.
Yeah, now you don't have to sit in the wrapper.
I've got one.
That's sound like water. You don't get that good.
Maracas don't actually sound like that. They sound like this, because they've got like beads in them. They don't sound like a single thing. So it's more like this. I think you'll find, sir.
No, wait. Which ones are the ones like that?
Castanets, mate. That's like a castanet. This is a maraca. What, the Germans are restoring this.
There's an interesting thing about building conservation, which is a well, it's a problem with
Philosophical.
yeah, it's a problem with philosophical problem. So it's called my father's hammer. So if your father gives you a hammer, and over the years the head breaks, so you have to replace the head, and then over the years the handle breaks, so you have to replace the handle.
Is it still your
Is it
father's
still your
hammer?
father's hammer?
Yeah, because it has sentimental value.
Yeah. It's quite interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean,
But it's to do
I don't know what the time period is, but like your entire body regenerates every so often. So are you, or are you a new you?
You're always a new you, every day, baby.
Every day, baby.
Lots of plates with sticks on.
Spears.
Yeah, cut with the stick crew.
Stick gang.
Stick you with that stick.
Same. This shirt's quite good, doesn't show sweat stains very much.
All these dragonflies.
No, yeah.
Bueno.
Pero bueno, sí.
Faltamos mujeres, no tan
Pick me a petite. Is that a more?
Why then you can go for 30. Why the top only have easy? I can take it alone. Like Andy.
What?
Breezy, actually.
Yeah. Nice and breezy. Well done, sir. Oh yeah. Bro, look at the state of my leg hair. Yeah.
I'll just take them off.
I think they are quite breathable, but they're waterproof as well.
Come on, breeze. Breeze me.
Do you think in the other temples do we have to wear long trousers?
The whole thing.
Ah, right. I mean, if we turned up in shorts, do you reckon they'd just let us in?
Probably. Well, they seem to be just that everyone is in shorts. So. And I would have thought that ankle watch surely would be the one in which you'd have to be
Wear
the most
trousers, yeah.
respectful or whatever. I don't think it's the oldest one, is it? It's the most famous one.
Yeah. Where did they unzip?
I actually didn't realise that there was loads
Right
of
there.
symbols around it as well.
On the flag.
There's
Yeah.
loads of
Tons of
temples.
shit. Yeah, we're making it up, going up.
Yeah. Give it 1 minute.
The original steps are a bit steep.
Oh yeah. Like those steps are ridiculous.
I mean,
Like
the original steps are just madness, aren't
literally.
they? Like, if you slipped and fell, you would surely be breaking
You'd
your
die.
bone.
You'd die, bro. Like it's all stone. Like there's nothing soft.
Yeah, that's it. It'd be like falling down the stairs, but super bad.
I mean, falling down the stairs is never good.
You fuck yourself up quite bad.
Yeah.
I've slipped down a few stairs in my...
Do you want to get a picture in front of this one?
Sorry.
This one.
I don't know, we can't do it because we'll block the path for everyone.
Alright boys, on the bench.
Nah, if we both just stand on here.
That's really good.
That first movie set was temporary, like they were just placed there, but the second one was all properly built.
How common is it for the weddings photos?
Pretty common. So every time we do a wedding, we do the wedding photo shoot.
Oh, so the wedding's going to be here as well?
So they've already had the wedding.
Okay.
So some of you may have noticed the archway in the garden at the start. That's where they had it before. They started about 10:45. And so they have the wedding.
That's why it was
and
booked
then-
out for like half the morning.
No, so they just have to do it around us. So sometimes they do it in the afternoons where there's no tours here anymore.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes when it's just the bride and the groom, they do it so they have to do it around us. Though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're not going to get in their photos, but they're not going to all that stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you guys just want to move in just a little bit more to room for everybody else. We have a wedding I think at the moment it's every second week we have a wedding at the moment.
Are there wedding rings the ones you're revealing?
I wish. Sometimes. So I've been to a very nerdy wedding once, and I worked it where everyone was in costume. It took everyone, like was a type of costume. So like the pastor was Gandalf the White. The groom was King Aragorn from the end of the movies. The bride was Lady Arwen from the end of the movies. they did exchange the One Rings, and then everyone was like a different character. But there was like 4 or 5 Urukai, 4 or 5 orcs, it was great. And they all went all out as well. And I knew they were on tour, like they were starting the tour as we were finishing. And I was like, do you guys want to see something cool? And everyone was like, yeah! We came around the corner and there was just... I always enjoyed this part of the talk because you figure out who wants to listen and who wants to take photos. And those people who want to do both, they're like, oh no, we're still... Right, for those of you still taking photos, you can still contribute to this next part. Just put your hands up when I say so. Now, I do have a few questions for the group now because I'm quite curious. How many of you here have actually watched the Lord of the Rings movies? Hands up. Oh, it's not bad. Right, anyone here seen the Hobbit movies?
Nope.
Read the books?
No.
We've got 80 pages in.
How many of you have not done any of these things? Have not seen the movies, have not read the books, wanting to be honest? Thanks guys, exits that way. I'm not actually surprised. I was expecting more than 3 hands. Now the reason I'm not surprised by this is the last time we did a bit of a survey, we found roughly 48% of people that come through here on a daily basis have not seen the movies, have not read the books, have no idea what's going on. Of course, we wanted to know why all these people were coming through. So of course we started asking. The main reasons, they were coming because their friends, family or partners had dragged them along. They wanted to make friends back home jealous. One thing that was happening quite a bit as well, especially pre-COVID, people were coming to Hobbiton because it was just that popular touristy thing to see and do, you know? Hearing about it through word of mouth or via the internet, they're like, alright, let's try that. One of my favourite little examples of this was actually walking around this area here. Had this lovely old English couple come up to me and they're like, Hayden, we have a very serious question for you. I'm like, excellent, here we go. They looked at me and they're like, what is a hobbit? I turned to look at them and I was like, why are you guys here? Basically what they told me is when they were back home in England looking up things to do in New Zealand, it just kept saying bookshop to Hobbiton. So they're like, okay. But it went full circle because they came on the tour. Apparently they enjoyed it because about 2.5 weeks later, they actually found and messaged me on social media to tell me they'd watched all 6 movies and loved them. So here we go, excellent. All right, now we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the frogs. Yes, they are real frogs. Now, these guys, we have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with them. I'm actually quite surprised they're here already. They don't usually show up until like December. Now, there is a wee story behind them. Now, in regards to these frogs, there's a story I'm about to tell you. We can say any point during the year. Of course, when the frogs come back, people can believe us and they're actually real frogs, which is great. So, this pond, it is a man-made pond. It was made for the filming of the movies for that first movie set. Now, once they first finished building that first movie set, they left everything alone for about 6 months to let things regrow and like re-establish themselves. In that time, some frogs hopped along and decided to be a cool new place for a home. By the time I got round to filming, there were so many frogs in this pond and they were so loud and noisy, they heard above the actors when they're trying to film them, all the way at the top of the hill. So, what Peter Jackson wanted to do, something that he liked to do when he went around New Zealand, especially for the Lord of the Rings, he tried to leave as little impact as possible. So, for example, with the frogs, before every shot, they'd throw a rock into the pond, get them to be quiet. Turns out, this doesn't work. Let's see if it works this time. Nope, they've learned. There we go. So, of course, they had to be willing to remove these frogs. Now, personally, I would have loved this in there. That is like shin deep trying to catch frogs, and they'll be so much fun to watch. Anyway, they moved them to a different part of the farm, and of course they put them back when swimming is finished. Now, as you've seen, the frogs are real, and like I said, love-hate relationship with them. So there's only a few in there at the moment. In the summertime, there still becomes so many frogs in this pond that sometimes it is quite hard to actually talk to the group because either the frogs are too loud or everyone on my group is like, oh my gosh, frogs, yay! So it's always fun and games. I'm actually quite surprised they're here already because like I said, they don't usually come till December and it's September, so it's gonna be an extra 2 months of talking with these guys, yay! Now, like I mentioned earlier, I talked about the costumes. I'm actually disappointed that none of you are in costume because even on our standard tours, we get costumes all the time. Of course, we get the cliche things like wizard, elves, hobbits, that kind of thing. But in my time here, I've actually seen quite a few things not even related to the Lord of the Rings movies. So some of my favourite ones have been the Pink Panther, Chewbacca, That was a fun one. We had a Darth Vader once, that was great. We had Jack Sparrow. We had the Teletubbies a few times, that was always bizarre. Of course, they lived in holes in the ground, very bizarre. We had a Dumbledore. I don't know if he knew it was the wrong place or not. And then we've had a few like those T-Rex blow-up things, people walking around in those. Those are so much fun to see, especially when they're not on your tour and you're down here and they're up there just waddling along. It's great. We also had one, a Pikachu one as well. That was fun as well. But yeah, so we get costumes all the time, and I'm very excited because tomorrow is the biggest day of the year in Hobbiton's calendar. So it's International Hobbit Day. That's what all the marquees are for. We have about 500 people, and we have competitions to see who can come best dressed. Now the one ring is actually what we give as a prize kind of thing, which is quite cool. And we're people that come every year that spend the entire year working on their costumes. So I'm very excited to see what they come as. But from here, team, we are going to continue up the hill towards the Hobbit hole that we do get to go inside of and grab photos in. Once we do get there, I'm also a trained professional photographer, wink wink, so I can take photos for you. Let's go.
Should have come tomorrow.
Jesus. I would have blended right in.
Also, my team.
I thought the frog noises were like fake.
Oh yeah, I thought that. I can't actually see any of the frogs.
They're probably just hiding.
One of their shoes. Leave their sock on.
One sock on, one sock off.
Yeah.
You know, the sock off on the
It's
shoe.
on the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have to re-put their sock elsewhere. I think their belts at the trunk.
Oh, there's a pheasant.
I think their underwear says they have to go come back.
That's cool, bro.
Didn't realise we got those here.
Might have just brought them.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised though. Right for
Oh, but yes, I do. For a couple of shots. Yeah, literally, they're shooting this flag.
I assume that works.
He did mention it, yeah. Oh yeah, it's got water at the bottom.
Like movies more, but I think the amount of effort and kind of yeah. Looks kind of good, though. Yeah. Nobody crazy. Why would that's what fucking matter. It looks kind of weird.
This one here is the one we get to go inside of. We'll go one group at a time, and if you want, I can grab photos as well. So, you two want a photo? Yeah, sweet. Should mention there's $3 a photo, by the way.
One of those guys. One of yours? 100 mil. Excuse me. Is that mine? No?
Don't think so.
Oh yes, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I know.
I thought it was just something someone had left there as a little Easter egg.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
probably his thing. Takes it everywhere.
Like you have to pinchar acá.
That's what I was gonna say. We go, bro.
Pones aquí en la height.
Like a Burning Man weekend, bro. Everyone has a little hobbit hole.
What?
Like, bro, ¿tienes casa o tienes mesa?
It'd be cool.
Is it a maypole? Those things are called?
A what pole?
Maypole.
For like a field like that.
You know that in primary school where you get like the ribbons around the pole?
I don't know. Never heard that term before. Maypole.
Big project.
It is a big project. But it can't be that difficult. It can't be that difficult because all you need to do is rent the space.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have some food catering.
One of those.
¿Se haces como allá adentro, bro? Close.
Because then, bro, you think about it, you don't have to make the event open more. All you have to do is provide the space, provide maybe some food trucks, food catering. Bring in maybe one DJ or something. And then have the rest
How did it work? Did you pay?
have dog play a 12-hour set. And
You have to like set a minimum of the amount that they have to sell and pay the difference. We'll try to just give you a price. So how much does it cost? So you're making the money. Yeah, they dicen como then you pay. And they either serve nothing, si nadie pide, or they serve a shit ton. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is like, if they sell a shit ton of burgers,
yeah, but they would still be
Soft chilling with the fucking. Oh no, it's a fucking.
we had to buy like for players.
What?
Awesome. Alright, if you guys want to continue along, I go up and around and meet you there.
you hire them, you pay you set an amount that they have to sell. And if they don't sell it, you pay the difference.
Yeah.
You know? Just paying them 2K and then giving them a bunch of free,
Customers.
a bunch of paid customers. Is like pretty crazy.
I think this is Bilbo's house.
Now, no one to brag, but the view is great out here.
Is this Bilbo's house?
Sure is, and I will talk about it shortly.
Oh no, it doesn't.
It's like the one of the...
Alright,
Oh, that's his pipe.
while we are here, team, before I talk about where we're standing, I would like you all to turn around and look out at the view. Now, it's a lovely view in itself. I'm going to tell you guys a bit of a story. So, for the Lord of the Rings especially, Peter Jackson had one man. Now, this guy was a location scout, and it was basically his job to go around the country sourcing locations for how they are described in the books. Now, I reckon he did a pretty neat job, because in the books, when Tolkien first describes the Shire, so that's the general area, there are 3 key things he talks about. That being a rolling green landscape, a scattered tree line, and a mountain range in the distance. She's not bad. And then when he first describes Hobbiton, again, 3 key things. That being a big round symmetrical tree next to a body of water with a rising hill behind it, which you're currently standing on. So as you can see again, she's pretty spot on. So basically between what we are looking at today and what is written and described in the books, there is only one major difference, and that is that the movie set is facing the wrong direction. So it faces east instead of west. Other than that, as described in the books, which I find pretty awesome. Also, I'm kind of getting a little bit of vindication up here. I'm talking, I can still hear the frogs, so I'm like, haha, true story, yes. Excellent. Alright, anyway, while we're here, I'm going to throw a little surprise into all of your days. Because ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that is not a real tree. Surprise, 100% artificial. It's made from silicon, expanding foam, there's a steel structure inside of it. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does.
The main thing that gives this tree away, you guys come down here on a windy day, all the pine trees look like they're falling over. This guy here, he just kind of vibrates. It's very bizarre. Now when they first built this tree for the filming of the Hobbit movies, they initially used 200,000 fake silk leaves imported from Taiwan. Now these leaves, they look nice, but they were made for indoor trees. So every time there was big gusts of wind, they all came flying off and the weather would age them quite considerably as well. Now there is something that I'm going to mention now that I could spend the entire tour talking about, but I won't do that. And that is Peter Jackson's love of attention to detail. In my personal opinion, it's one of the main reasons the movies did so very well is because of that love of detail. Now, between the building of this movie set and the production of the movies, there was quite a big delay. In that time, the weather aged the leaves. Now, about 10 days prior to filming, Peter Jackson was walking around just doing his final checks. He He looked up at the tree and was like, no, I don't like the colour of these leaves anymore. Somebody has to change that. So 10 days prior to filming, they had to get up and spray paint all 200,000 leaves back to the original colour. Sometimes. Now I mentioned at the very beginning how we want to keep the movie set looking great for you guys. Of course, once the filming was finished, we upkept the maintenance on this tree. And we were in a constant process of re-leafing it. Now the only way to re-leaf this tree was by removing the branches and taking them into the workshop. Only way to remove the branches was with a crane. Now, what was one of the first things you guys noticed as you walked around the corner into Hobbiton? You get a view, smack bang up to the top of the hill. Now imagine waiting years to come here, super excited, you finally get here, you walk around the corner into Hobbiton, the first thing you see is the tree above Bag End being taken apart by a crane. Wasn't our best look. So about 4 and a bit years ago now, we changed it. So instead of these little guys, as you can see, original leaf, not the most sturdiest looking of thing. It looks nice, but not very good for outdoors. So we went from these guys wide on individually to these guys by the branch and a lot sturdier. So since we've changed it, we haven't had to touch this tree. So you could say it's quite the relief. Anyway team, welcome of course to Bag End everybody. This of course is our main hobbit hole. It's the home of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. It is also the biggest hobbit hole we have as well. We can fit over 40 people inside quite easily. The reason they've done this is so they could get their cameras inside, looking out of the windows at the lovely landscape behind us. Sadly, like the rest of them, there is nothing inside this one. It may look like it with that furnished wall inside the door, but that is there purely for that transition shot between walking in here and then walking into the studio set down in Wellington. That wall goes about 4 meters back, hits that same retaining wall and kind of like tunnels off to the windows. Now, one final thing, similar to my building of the Hobbit Hole fact, this is something I like to give out on tour that not many tour guides know about once more. So between that first temporary movie set and the permanent one that you're seeing today, there is only one original thing that remains. That is these stone steps that lead up to the door of Bag End. These stone steps are the only original thing from that first movie set. So, if you guys are into that sort of stuff, oh my gosh, look at these. If you are not, here are some steps. Alright, but feel free to grab as many photos as you want, guys. Once you finish shaking your photos, head on down the hill. At the bottom, there is a crossroads. Wait for me there, and if you want, the letterbox opens.
I'm not sure what I expected, really.
Could have been an Easter egg in there. Not Manchester P. No, it'd be more smashed up. But...
I'd like to try the out. I'm the one that puts the set together. I wonder if this works.
¿Has visto el video de ese Peter Jackson bro que helicopter flew in New Zealand?
Yeah.
They could just pick in his cars.
The other one played it, right? I think it does work because this has water in it. Yeah. That might be just a drain from the rain.
No, the other one had like water at the bottom of it.
Weird.
Oh, the fresh inside.
It would be cold. It would be fresh again. Pretty thirsty.
Are you guys related, or how do you know each other from the different parts?
Oh, we go to uni together.
Ah,
oh,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, all in the States. We're just here for a semester. We're starting in Australia, doing a semester abroad.
Right.
And this is our break.
This is not Australia.
So we came. Exactly. No, right. But we had a break, so we came out.
It was a week off.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so we're camper vanning
Thought we'll
around.
spend the week here in Houghton.
Whereabouts? Whereabouts in Aussie?
We're in Sydney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Just moved back from there.
yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, it was nice. It was just.
Melbourne's better.
Yeah. I was born there actually.
Melbourne's a cooler city, I think. Sydney's more like aggressive.
Wait, have you been there for like the flooding earlier in the year then as well?
Sorry?
Were you there for the flooding earlier in the year?
No, I got to Australia in like July.
Oh,
so-
dude, the rain there earlier and it was mental.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I remember looking at like Googling Sydney weather, and you know when it's got like the thunder, rain, lightning
Yeah.
one? It was that for the whole week.
Yeah.
Like next week, same thing. Like, it was
when I was I arrived to Melbourne and it was a bit rainier, like it
Yeah.
was colder, but ever since then the weather's been just much better. Like it's pretty like now that we're coming out of winter, it's sunny, which is really nice, really convenient for us.
Seguro que es la esposa que está... El brother está hasta la polla. No hemos dado ni tu esposa es como... Y si no, no sale bien otra vez. Seguro, porque si fuera el hombre, en plan, there's no way she'd be... Seguro que la esposa es fanática. Es como, bueno, amor, salió bastante bien. The groom has never seen... Estás que el groom gets to decide that, bro. No way.
Que rompe pelotas, bro. Just being
Otra foto.
que no.
Perdón, una más que cerró los ojos.
No me caso. No. Deal breaker.
Pensaba en deal breaker, bro.
Not actually. Next year.
Yep.
Yeah, we got it first. We all go to school together.
You're not supposed to feel like this.
I think we've done pretty good with regards to
Yeah, it was raining this morning. So it was great, like cleared up.
Yes, very nice. It's the only downside about working outside. Occasionally you get very wet on tour. Alright, so the next information I have to give is quite important. Oh, actually, if we could shuffle around a bit more, team shuffle around. So I'll just give you one final little story while the rest of the group gets here. So these three hobbit holes that you're standing in front of, are behind you here, these three are the biggest ones we have here on the movie set. They are all 100% to scale. Reason for this yellow door here is the home of Samwise Gamgee. Now that yellow door is also the last thing that you see in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it appears in quite a lovely scene. Basically, Sam is walking up this pathway after dropping Bilbo and Frodo off at the Grey Havens. Out of the yellow door runs a little girl who runs to greet Sam. He picks her up, walks to the door, where his wife Rosie is waiting, holding a baby. Now it's very sweet because the little girl that runs to greet him, this is his real daughter in real life. And the baby that Rosie is holding, this is also her real baby in real life. So it adds quite a lot of chemistry to the scene. Only thing missing, they're not together in real life, but hey, you can't have everything. Now another little unnerving fact for you all. The little girl that runs to greet Sam, she is now 28 and has been recently married, so isn't that fun to think about? I've actually met her, she is taller than me, it was very unnerving. Now team, very shortly, we are going to make our way towards the Green Dragon. Now, the Green Dragon, fun fact for you all, the last time I checked, it was actually the busiest pub in New Zealand, so there you go, check it off your bucket list. Hey. Now the Green Dragon that we're going to go inside of was not actually used for any of the filming. This one is the only structure that it was built afterwards. This was built in 2012 purely for the benefit of the end of this tour. for the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, there were green dragons built there, but they were both taken down. The Hobbit one, taken down normally. Lord of the Rings one, not taken down normally. So if any of you have recently watched The Fellowship of the Ring, some of you might remember a small scene where Frodo has the vision of what happens if he does not destroy the ring. In this vision, you see the green dragon on fire. You see it on fire for roughly 4 seconds of screen time. This is the original green dragon being burnt to the ground. Because Peter Jackson was like, I don't need this anymore, why not? So this is him paying homage to something that happens at the end of the books that couldn't actually make it into the movies. And another fun fact about that scene in particular, if you go back and watch it, all the orcs that are running around harassing all the hobbits, they are all local firefighters, so isn't that neat? Imagine that coming home after the day. How was your day, Bob? Oh, you know, dressed up as an orc, watched a pub burn down and chased some hobbits, so living the best life. Now, the green dragon that we're going to go and see, when you first walk in the doors, from the bar to your right, is like a recreation of what it was like in the movies, as close to as we are allowed to, and then from the bar to the left is like a reimagining. Now inside, there are 4 drink options available. Now Hobbiton, we do own the recipe to these 4 drinks, so they're brewed specifically for us by Good George Brewery in Hamilton. That being a non-alcoholic ginger beer, there is an alcoholic apple cider, a light amber ale, and a dark stout beer. Now the dark beer, very claustrophobic, so it can't be bottled, so that one is only found inside the Green Dragon, so it's pretty unique. Now when we head over there, we should have about 20-25 minutes. I'll give you guys a time closer to when we get to the pub, so at the bridge, I'll stop us there, give us an actual time. On that note, please do not leave the pub without me. Happens all the time. People wander off, they get lost, they blame me, no idea why. I will not leave without you, so please do not leave without me. One final thing, for my kids, the cat does not like kids, just so you guys are aware, so you don't get scratched. Excellent. Also, the last thing, first drink, it's on me, free alcohol, let's go.
Oh.
Yeah. Get the alcohol-free ginger beer.
Yeah.
How do you record a whiff of it? It's nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, meaning old IMDb for something she did when she was a toddler.
Even our waterfalls are hobbits. This is time, by the way. I feel like this is one of the only jobs where I can get away with eavesdropping and it's okay. So, the party scene, that was the actual part of it. That was really nice. It was about like 3 AM in the morning each night. Oh wow. And 4:30 to keep the kids going until that time. So they gave them a lovely white powder. Sugar, tea, sugar. There was like 3 tables of this sugary stuff and Peter Jackson was like, oh crazy.
Oh, these kind of things.
Oh yeah. That one.
Oh, I'm not sure which specific species do these kind of things.
Mm.
I just grow today.
7:42.
Yeah.
Born in Paparel.
Very far.
Yeah.
What part of the UK do we live in now? Oh, from one shire to the next. There we go.
Exactly.
These are things from
No, so this is for our International Holiday, which is tomorrow. September the 22nd every year. It's host a big event. 500 people, and that is where there's like live music and dancing. There's all like a marketplace set up with food. It's a big event. So 500 people coming tomorrow on the cruise.
How long has it been going?
Alright, we're going to pause here momentarily. A few years now.
Is there a wedding reception going on?
Huh?
A wedding reception going on?
I should just tell everyone. So International Hobbit Day is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And this is where some of their festivities take place.
Oh.
So all these are for like a marketplace, and that's where we have like live music and stuff.
Oh, wow. We came on the wrong day, guys.
Yeah, I'm not also going to mention that sometimes on International Hobbit Day for our standard tours we have cake in the Green Dragon for you all.
What?
I mean, what? No, we don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
You would have to book a long way ahead for that one.
Yes, it's a little bit, yeah. I think someone was up in ticketing yesterday, I think it was, inquiring about International Hobbit Day, and someone said at the moment next year is almost fully booked. And I was like, damn.
Good thing we booked for today.
Alright, just so you're all aware, we're going to be leaving at 1:15, so 1:15. So we have 25 minutes exactly. Damn, I'm good, let's go. I've done this before.
Well-oiled machine. I reckon they serve cat in that.
Hopefully.
So in the winter and springtime, it's about 2 or 3 tours a day. In the summertime, it's about 3 or 4.
Oh, nice.
Lots of parts of the UK,
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, much of a surprise considering what's Austria.
Yeah.
Alright, my team, welcome to the Green Dragon. Come on in. Hello, honey. Hello. Relax, sweetie. Hello. Yeah, it's good. Hello, what would you guys like to drink? Yeah, the dark.
Non-alcoholic.
Ginger beers for you. There you go.
Have a cider, please.
Cider. There's the ale.
Thank you. Cheers.
Good. Ginger.
One over the line. exploded before you hit the brake.
Yeah. Cheers. Hell yeah, bro. That's sick. That's so cool.
Fucking arsehole.
Your arsehole.
That's my hands, bro. You're like the fucking judder. The most cute thing ever has got to be the council tax number.
Yeah.
I'm already stacking heaps of them.
Thank you.
Sweet and salmon right number. Awesome, thank you.
Cheers. What? Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you. And you got stuff there? Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. All good. Thank you
Thank you very much.
Just look into that side for me for a second. Can you feed the middle for me a little? Just look into either side, right? So just grab that one.
Yeah. Is it on now?
What?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I think they're going down the other one.
No, because you have to.
They're going down the green one.
Oh, last one, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
like a glove.
Reaching through, really strong winds, good amount of rain. So what we've seen today is quite a few temporary waterfalls. These are getting smaller as the day progresses. As the temporary waterfall, all the rainwater just drains off these mountains. And even our permanent waterfalls are looking a lot fresher today with the overnight rain. So beautiful day to be here, it's cleared up beautifully out there. So once again folks, welcome on board and enjoy the cruise. Way back in 1888, there was a young Scotsman by the name of Quentin McKinnon living on the shores of Lake Tiana. He was living at the entrance to the South Fjord and cleared some of the forest there and established a vegetable garden. That's what's still known as Garden Point. And when the government offered some money for anyone who could find an overland route through to Milford Sound, Quentin set out to find that. So from the head of Lake Tiana up the Clinton Valley, what's now known as McKinnon Pass, down the Arthur Valley here into Milford Sound. Milford Track was cut and formed, and people have been walking that ever since. Now it's a very popular walk. It's only walked for the 6 months of the summer. Over the winter it's a little bit dangerous with the risk of avalanches hanging high above the mountain passes. this season when the Department of Conservation huts tickets were released. Booked out in a record time of 3 minutes. So you really need to be organised. On Sydney computer with the page loaded, ready to book to secure your spot this year on the Milford track. So that's about 40 people every day for 6 months of the year. Quite amazing really. Normally books out within under an hour, but there's a lot of interest in walking that track still even today. Now the Milford track finishes at about 500 metres up the river here on our right hand side at a very aptly named Sandfly Point. The walkers are met there by a small boat and ferry back to the harbour. Now to the very head of the Arthur Valley, the New Zealand's largest waterfall, or largest permanent waterfall, the Sutherland Falls, falls from some 580 metres from Lake Quill high above it in the mountains. Might see some waterfalls out in front of us there that perhaps look a bit higher than 580 metres, but these are only temporary waterfalls out here on the sheer down range, and they're only there with the rain we've had. So we've just come through the channel here into Deepwater Basin, the home of the fishing fleet. Most of these are cray fishing boats. The Mass lobster fishermen hunting the spiny red rock lobster along the Fiordland coast. There's been a lot of action with these boats pretty much tied up at the moment. Their season runs from the 1st of April when their quota renews. They've got a whole year to catch that allotted quota. Some of them will catch it straight away, the rest of the year off. Others will spread that out across the year, perhaps putting the last of the fish on the market around January, Feb for Chinese New Year when they hope to get a premium price for their fish. Some of the boats on the left there, private recreational boats for people to get out on the Fiordland coast. Pretty good fishing out there on a good day. There's a wharf area and then there's a boat ramp there. So if you had your own private recreational fishing boat, you could tow it through the tunnel and launch it here and get out on the Fiordland coast. Really the only easily accessible part of the Fiordland coast, so we'll often see people here, especially in the summertime, when the sea is flat and the wind's dropped off. Directly in front of the boat there, the Cladau River flows into Milford Sound or Deepwater Basin. Looking up the valley, it branches, take the right branch and you'll be following up towards the Homer Tunnel. It's only about 13 kilometres by road up to the tunnel. So we'll take a slow cruise past these boats here. I reckon one of the best photos around is looking over top of these boats out towards the main body of the fjord there.
rock, bro.
Stone is rock.
On the mountain.
Oh, I thought you said stone.
Nah.
Now these are not stone. They're pretty common in the area. In fact, you see them all the way around the fjord today. Now because the rock is so hard, the trees aren't able to put their roots down, so they spread them out across the surface of the rock and they will intertwine their roots with the roots of the other trees. The system works perfectly fine until perhaps it's heavy rain or heavy snow loading, maybe for earthquake. One or two of these trees near the top gets away because the mountain is so steep that the tree has a large shearing off down the mountain. Take all the other trees and vegetation with it in its path. The rain will wash the inside clear and then the whole process will re-moss. Starting with the mosses and lichens which provide a steep bed for the smaller trees and shrubs of the forest.
Oh, look at that. There. This what?
An elephant.
And that's just his trunk.
Oh shit, yeah, that's alright. Yeah, it does look like a bit like an elephant. Such rock, such lion, much wow. Guess it's like probably will be. Seems like it's coming through the rock.
Looking away to our right hand side, that rather impressive waterfall over there is the Sterling Falls, from 155 metres high. We're going to take you in for a close look at that one on the way back in. Check out the valley above the Sterling Falls. It's known as a hanging valley. A hanging valley is created by a small and glacier carving out the valley. Stop your cut short, but make the glacier carving off the south. Now, the end of the last ice age is the last of the parts of the fjord. The wind does get forced through here, forced to accelerate. On a sunny day in the summertime, we'd have a 30 knot day breeze here by the early afternoon, and the adiabatic winds created as the sun warms the mountains, that air rises and the cool air rushes in from the sea. And in the big storms, wind gusts of up to and over 100 knots, so getting close to 100 kilometres an hour. That's where we pull the pin on sailing for the day to stay back in the harbour, but every now and then we do get caught out here in some pretty big wind gusts. It can get quite exciting. Now yesterday on the leading edge of that storm, we sort of had 45 knot gusts, average and gusting. Pretty well double those figures. Yesterday, but certainly well within our operating range now.
¿Qué es el plano?
Thailand and New Zealand built up on quite a complex series of fault lines. That's why crosses away underneath us and then makes its way out to sea where it eventually joins up with the main Alpine fault. The main Alpine fault has been running the length of the west coast of the South Island, heading offshore just north of Melbourne South. The main Alpine fault marks the place where two tectonic plates meet, the Australian plate and the Pacific plate. So we're on the Pacific plate at the moment, and that's riding up and over to Australia, pulsing up these impressive mountains. Now all this talk of fault lines, you wonder if we get a few earthquakes in the area, and scientists reckon we get about 1,000 small earthquakes or tremors a month. Most of these we don't feel, but every now and then we get a good shake up. It was only about 3 days ago, at 11:20 p.m. At a 5.2 on Richter scale, it was centred in the middle fjord of Lake Tiana, so about 50 kilometres away, but it was enough to give the buildings a little bit of a rattle for about 10 seconds there.
ว่าวันเฉลิมพระชนมพรรษาก็มีการกล่าวร้องให้พี่น้องชาวบ้านมาร่วม
That makes me happy, lovely. Everyone stops. I didn't know the flash was going to come on. What, you got us all on the spot, man.
I've literally seen cows that can play fetch. And like cows like sleep on the lap of the farmer and stuff when they're best. Game and the best. They remove male me whenever I want. Yes.
Stay away from me, you yucky insects. Stay the fuck off my feet. Oh my god.
Muddy. Muddy?
The dancers may be on the floor, and my eyes will see only you have that magic to give. When they sway like the wind, I can hear the sound of violins around the floor. If the game make it up.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
my head I paint a picture. Yeah, Since I come home, well my heart is been back, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Let's come on over, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you go on over now?
Started a little Insta private story. Young Inst. You smell me good.
They've got a JBL boombox. Always wanted one of those. Yeah, nice. Mate, probably just have chuck them in a pool and just float on top. They float.
Oh, well, look at you. Yeah.